The extinction of mechanical intuition. Your grandfather possessed a superpower. He could diagnose his engine's soul in 30 seconds. He would step out into the driveway, reach into the warm darkness of the engine bay, and pull a slender steel blade from its sheath. With a simple rag and a keen eye, he knew exactly what was happening inside that block of iron. It was a ritual that cost nothing. It demanded no cellular connection, no proprietary scan tool, and no monthly software subscription. It was the most fundamental act of property ownership that ever existed. BMW decided to kill that ritual. Mercedes-Benz followed their lead. Then came Jaguar and Mini, which is just BMW in a different suit. One by one, they performed a mechanical lobotomy, physically ripping the dipstick out of their engines and replacing it with a silicon sensor buried deep within the oil pan. This was not a natural evolution. It was a documented, engineered, and cold-blooded decision that you, the person who paid for the machine, no longer had the right to see its lifeblood. A modern BMW 5 Series will set you back $60,000. If that engine fails, the bill is $20,000. The electronic sensor that replaced your 5-cent piece of metal can fail silently, showing a perfect level on your screen while the bearings are being ground into dust. There are hundreds of owners in the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's records who trusted that screen and ended up with a seized motor. They were all told the same thing: this isn't a warranty issue. Today we are exposing the dipstick deletion conspiracy, the predatory extended interval scam, and the sealed-for-life fraud that has quietly transformed the act of car ownership into a dealership-mandated subscription service. This corporate crime wave may have started in Germany, but it has infected the entire world. Crime 1. The disappearing dipstick. For the better part of a century, checking your oil was the first thing a father taught a daughter or a son. You checked it before the family vacation. You checked it every other Saturday morning. The dipstick was a bright yellow or orange loop of metal, impossible to ignore, impossible to break, and impossible to lie. You pulled it out and you saw the truth. You saw the level, the viscosity, and the color. If that oil was jet black and smelled like a gas station, you knew you were late for a change. If it looked like milky coffee, you knew the head gasket was doomed. That dipstick was a microscopic window into the health of a massive investment. But BMW decided that window was too dangerous for you to look through. Starting with the N52 and N63 engine families, they deleted the rod and replaced it with a sensor. Now your oil level is a graphic on a high-definition screen. It looks sleek and high-tech, but it is effectively a blindfold. The fatal engineering oversight. Here is the engineering reality they don't want you to consider. A dipstick provides data on color, texture, and scent. An observant owner can spot metal shavings, coolant leaks, or fuel dilution in 3 seconds. An electronic sensor only measures one thing: the height of the fluid. It cannot detect if your oil has been thinned out by gasoline. It cannot detect if it is full of abrasive grit. And when the sensor itself dies, which is common, it often fails without a single warning light. This isn't just a theory. The NHTSA database is full of stories from N63 owners who followed their car's digital instructions perfectly. They only added oil when the computer asked. They never missed a service, yet their engines suffered catastrophic failures. BMW didn't issue a recall. They called it a customer care package, a service bulletin that revised the crankcase ventilation, but offered no refunds to the people who had already paid $20,000 for a new engine. Because the digital display never showed a red light, the company claimed the warranty didn't apply. Mercedes followed this path on the W205 C-Class. Jaguar and Mini fell in line. Meanwhile, Toyota and Honda stayed sane. The manufacturers who still respect your intelligence give you a dipstick. The ones who want you dependent on their service department took it away. Crime 2. The extended interval scam. Removing the dipstick was just the opening act. The second crime was the psychological warfare of convinced owners they needed maintenance less often. In 1988, General Motors launched the first oil life algorithm. At the time, it was an honest innovation, using driving data to estimate wear instead of a static mileage number. However, the industry eventually weaponized that logic. By the mid-2000s, BMW's condition-based service was telling people their oil was good for 15,000 miles. On certain turbocharged cars, the computer pushed the interval to 17,000 miles. In the 1990s, the average driver changed their oil every 4,000 miles. Suddenly, BMW was claiming their oil lasted 4 times longer, while their engines were running hotter than ever. Dealer visits plummeted, and internal engine wear accelerated in total silence. Math versus reality. An oil life monitor does not actually look at your oil. It is a calculator. It tracks engine revolutions, heat cycles, and cold starts. It doesn't dip a finger into the sump. It doesn't measure the acidity or the thickness. It doesn't know if fuel is washing past the piston rings and turning your lubricant into water. It makes an educated guess based on a math formula. The actual physical state of the oil is never verified. Modern engines are almost all turbocharged and direct injected. They run significantly hotter and produce more soot than the old engines these intervals were originally based on. When you push oil to the edge of its chemical limits, it turns into sludge, a thick, tar-like gel that clogs oil galleries and starves the engine's vital organs. Toyota learned this the hard way with their 3.0-liter V6. Those engines developed massive sludge issues even when owners followed the factory schedule to the letter. Toyota initially blamed the drivers, but a class-action lawsuit proved the engineering was at fault. They eventually had to create a special warranty program to fix the mess. Now imagine being that owner today. No dipstick, a computer telling you that you have 5,000 miles left, and a hot turbocharger cooking your oil into jelly. You have no way to see the disaster coming. When the engine dies at 90,000 miles, you have zero recourse. Crime 3. The sealed for life deception. Engine oil wasn't the only target. There used to be a second dipstick under your hood, usually with a red handle for the transmission. You could check the fluid's health in seconds. Fresh fluid is a clear red. Old fluid is brown. Burnt fluid is black and smells like a house fire. Anyone with a pair of eyes could tell if their transmission was healthy. A fluid swap cost $50 and took 30 minutes. Now it's gone. The ZF 8-speed automatic, used by everyone from BMW to Ram to Rolls-Royce, is now sealed for life. The manufacturers claim there is no service interval and no need to ever touch the fluid. The true meaning of lifetime. In an engineering manual, lifetime does not mean the life of the car. It means the duration of the factory warranty. Once you pass 60,000 miles, the manufacturer no longer cares if the car survives. But physics doesn't care about your warranty. Transmission fluid breaks down. Clutch material sheds and floats in the oil. Heat destroys the additives that prevent gear slipping. A transmission running on dead fluid wears out exponentially faster. The result is a repair bill that ranges from $4,000 to $8,000. Look at the Ford PowerShift disaster. Thousands of owners experienced shuddering and failure because the transmission was marketed as maintenance-free. A $75 million settlement followed. Look at Honda's CVTs, which frequently fail around 80,000 miles in sealed units. The dealer will tell you there is no service needed. They are technically telling the truth about their book, but they are lying about the machine's longevity. Crime 4, the battery paywall. Perhaps the most insulting change is what they did to the battery. This was the last bastion of the home mechanic. It required 2 wrenches and 20 minutes. A battery costs $100 at the local parts store. You swap it out and you're back on the road for $0 in labor. BMW ended that. In a modern German luxury car, you cannot simply swap a battery. You must register the new unit using dealer-level software. The car's charging system is programmed to change its voltage as a battery ages. If you install a new battery without telling the computer, it will blast the new unit with high voltage meant for the old dying one. This cooks your new battery in a matter of months. To click that single button in the software, a dealer will charge you $150 in labor. You can buy your own scan tool, but that's an additional $500 investment. This isn't a technical necessity, it's a toll booth. Toyota, Honda, and Subaru don't require this. They designed their systems to be user-friendly. The brands that require registration made a conscious choice to put a paywall between you and a basic piece of lead and acid. You bought the car. You bought the battery. They are charging you for the permission to use them together. Reclaiming your machine. What is the solution? The answer is to stop participating in a rigged game. You buy the machines that haven't been compromised yet. Toyota still puts a dipstick in the Camry. Honda still puts one in the Accord. They both use batteries that don't require a software handshake. A Civic or a Corolla might not have the prestige of a BMW, and they won't have ambient lighting that matches your shoes. But they also won't require a $20,000 engine because a sensor lied to you. They are the 1970s appliances of the car world. Not flashy, but still running at 300,000 miles. If you already own one of these over-engineered machines, do not trust the computer. Change your oil every 5,000 miles, no matter what the screen says. Flush your transmission fluid every 40,000 miles, even if the dealer says it's sealed. Invest in a high-quality aftermarket scan tool. Before you sign the papers on a new car, look up the manual online. If you see no dipstick and a note about battery registration, walk away. You aren't buying a vehicle. You are signing up for a maintenance subscription you never requested. The mechanic in his driveway knows a secret the corporate offices want to suppress. Simple cars last. Stop letting them turn you into a passenger in a vehicle you are supposed to own.